everyone, Colleen here, coming to you from some other point in time to ask you for a little bit of help. I would like to make a question and answer video about some topics in ASL and the deaf community that I may not be covering in my videos, because there's a whole lot more that goes into those than just the signs that I'm teaching. And I also want to know what you guys are curious about. So between now and October 1st, send in any questions that you have, and I will pick a couple for the video and do my best to answer them from my own personal experiences, what I've been told by people in the deaf community, and also what I've learned from resources that I found either here at the Corpus Christi Public Libraries or that I found online. Now, unfortunately, the comments on YouTube are turned off on these videos, so you can't ask your questions down there. However, you can send a direct message to me over Facebook. Just go to the Janet F. Hart Public Library's Facebook page and send a message. Start it with, "Hey Miss Colleen," or "Dear Miss Colleen, I have an ASL question." Type out your question and then sign it with the name that you would like me to use in the video. So whether that's just a first name, just an initial, or you can sign it anonymous if you absolutely don't want me to say your name at all. That's perfectly fine too. It's entirely up to you. And thank you guys so much in advance for helping me out with this little project, and I really hope that you are enjoying the series. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop over to Present Me and find out what we are learning about today. Hello, and welcome to ASL Basics with Miss Colleen. I recommend this program for children ages 6 and up, however you're never too early or too late to start learning a new language. Before we begin, as always, let's stretch out our hands just a little bit. Remember, you want to feel a stretch in your fingers and your wrists, but you don't want anything to hurt. Give them a good shake out. Wiggle them, warm them up a little bit if they're cold, because it's no fun to try to sign with cold and stiff fingers. All right, now that our fingers are ready, today we are going to be learning about people. So first, the sign for people is we're going to take 2 peas and you just place some people in front of you. People. A newer sign that you can also do is to take 2 L's and bend them and do that same motion, place the people in front of you. So you'll see most older people doing this, but you might see some younger people using this for people. The sign for person, just one person, is to take 2 B's and you're just going to draw 2 lines right in front of you, just indicating a body, person. And we'll be using this a lot when we get to some people that do certain jobs around our community. So first, some important terms to know for in the deaf community. Of course, deaf, we take our D, touch the corner of your mouth, and then your ear. Deaf. You'll also see people go from ear to mouth, but whichever way they're going, deaf. Hard of hearing is someone who isn't completely deaf but may rely on a hearing aid or a cochlear implant in order to hear. And for that, we're going to take our H and just bounce it twice. Hard of hearing. Hard of hearing. And then a hearing person, like me, who has no trouble hearing, you take an index finger and you're just going to make a small circle right in front of your mouth. Hearing. Hearing. Very good. Now, when we're talking about a girl or boy, for girl, we'll use our A hand shape, and you're just going to draw a line down your cheek and under your jaw. Girl. Think of an old-fashioned bonnet when they used to tie the ribbons under their chin. So, girl. And then boy, take a flat hand and you're just going to do a closing motion. Boy. Think of putting on a baseball cap. Boy. Woman and man, we're just going to use an open palm. For woman, touch your chin either off to the side or straight in the middle. It doesn't matter where, but touch your chin and then touch the center of your chest. Woman, and then for man, touch your forehead and then the center of your chest. Man. So female signs are on the chin, male signs are on the forehead when you're talking about gender. Friends, we're going to take two X's and you're just going to meet them, turn, and meet them again. Friends. Friends. If you want to say someone is your very best friend, you're super close, you can cross your fingers. Show that you're best friends, you're really close. Adults, you're just going to take your B and show that they are tall. Adults are full grown, they're usually taller than kids, so we show that there. For one, just do one motion, adult. If there's multiple, many adults. Just like with people, you place many of them up there. Children, you're not quite fully grown yet, so we show shorter, usually about the waist or hip area. So child, and then children. Again, you're counting multiple in front of you. Some occupations. This is where we're going to start using that person sign, because we're going to describe either what the person does or where they work, and then add that person sign. So a construction worker is someone who builds things. So for that, we're going to do the sign for build. Take two fingers, and then you're going to build up, just like that. So build, and then worker, we're going to take one fist, and it hops on top of the other. Work, person. So construction worker. Construction worker. Very good. A mechanic is someone who fixes things. So for that, we're going to take an index finger and then a V. Take your V and sandwich your index finger and then twist, like a wrench working on a motor or on a pipe. So this is the sign for fix. So for mechanic, we do the sign fix and then person. Mechanic. You can also use that sign for a plumber, or really anyone whose occupation is to fix things. A custodian, they keep things clean. A lot of times you might see them sweeping. So first, put your non-dominant hand down, palm up, and then take your other palm and make a sweeping motion. Sweep, and then put that person in there. Custodian. Custodian. A teacher is someone who teaches, of course. The sign for teach is we're going to take two flat O's. So remember our O, and then you're just going to squish them. It looks a little bit like a duckbill. So to teach, you take the information from your brain and you're giving it to someone else. Teach. Teacher. Teacher. Student. You guys are learning things, so again, take that flat O. You're going to pick up that information and put it in your brain. Learn. Student. Student. An interpreter. So for interpret, we take two F's. They're going to meet in the middle and then just fidget one. Interpret. Interpreter. Interpreter. Librarian, like me. You're going to take an L and just make a small circle in your finger spelling space. This is library. I work at a library, so I'm a librarian. Librarian. Doctor. For this one, we don't need the person because it just has its own sign. So you're going to take that bent open B and tap your pulse point. Doctor. Doctor. Nurse, you're going to do a similar gesture, just with an N. Nurse. Nurse. Very good. Dentist, they work on your teeth, so you're going to show your teeth and then add that person. Dentist, there's a second one that you can do where you take your A hand shape, turn it around, and then lightly tap your mouth with the knuckle of your pinky. Dentist. So either one, dentist or dentist, whichever one you're more comfortable with. Firefighter, we're going to take a B, curve it, and then tap the back of your hand to your forehead. Firefighter. Firefighter. Think of the plates that are on the fronts of their helmets that usually has their firehouse number. So, firefighter. Police officer, take an L, curve it, and then put it on your chest. Police officer, think of the badge that they wear. Police officer. Mayor, for this we're going to use the sign for boss, which is to just take a clawed hand and tap your shoulder. So this is boss, and then they are way up there on the chain, right? So they are one of the top bosses. Mayor. Mayor. City manager, you're going to do the sign for city. So take two B's, make a little house, and then show that there is a bunch of houses. Remember that circular motion that we do for a group of people? Use that motion. City, manage, take two closed X's, and move them back and forth. You're exchanging a lot of paperwork. And then person. City, manager. City, manager. Very good. Governor, for that we take the sign for government. So take a G, place it at your temple, and you're going to bring it out, rotate it, and put it right back. Government, governor, governor. And then lastly, president. You're going to take open hands right at your temple, and then bring them out and up, and as you do that, close them into fists. President. It's the same whether you're talking about the president of a country, or the president of a business, or the president of a community board. President. An important group of people in our lives is, of course, family. The sign for family, I've shown you the older one before, where we take our two F's, and we make our circular motion for a group of people. Family. There's also a newer sign that you'll see, where you take two O's, and then fan them out, and bring them back together. And that same circular motion, family. It's a group of people coming together. So, some members of our family. Remember for this, female signs are on the chin, male signs are on the forehead. So for mom, take an open palm and just tap your thumb to your chin. Mom. Mother. Father, on the forehead. Father. If you just want to say your parents, show dad, mom, dad, mom, dad. Parents. For grandmother and grandfather, again, that open palm, grandmother on the chin, and you are going to go out and out. You're your grandmother, your mother's mother. Same for grandfather, your father's father, grandfather. Daughter and son, we are going to use with the sign for baby. So just like you're rocking a baby. For daughter, your chin, daughter, and son off the forehead. So you just tap your chin for daughter, tap your forehead for son, and bring them down into that baby cradle. Sister and brother, for siblings we use two L's. One is going to lay on its side. This one, my thumb, your thumb touches your chin and then comes down for sister. Touch the forehead, and down for brother. Sister, brother. If you do it real fast, you can just say siblings. Aunt and uncle. For this, we're going to use that initialization. So for aunt, use the letter A near your chin and just shake it. Aunt. And then uncle, the letter U, and shake near your forehead. Uncle. Cousin, you can do in the middle of your head. Just take a C and shake it in the middle of your head. If you want to specifically distinguish whether they are male or female, do it near the forehead or near the chin. Wife and husband. For that, we're going to take 2 cupped hands for wife, chin, and then bring it down into your hands. Wife, husband, forehead. Husband. Wife, husband. For your in-laws, you're just going to add the sign for law. So take a flat palm and an L, and your L is just going to slide down your open palm. Law. So you can say mother-in-law or son-in-law. Now if you're doing sister or brother-in-law, you already have that L hand shape. So you can do sister-in-law, but you'll see most people just do sister-in-law. Just go straight into that law sign and skip that second half of brother or sister. Step, that one we just spell out, so you just do S-T-E-P. So, stepson, stepmom. Simple. And then lastly, for half, you'll take the number 1, and then it's going to go down and turn into the number 2. Half. Half. So, half brother, half sister. So, of course, there are many, many other members of our families. There are also plenty of other important people in our communities, which is why you might want to check out some of these vocabulary websites. You can just type in the word that you are looking for, and you'll see a 3 to 5 second video showing you how to do that sign. Also, some YouTube channels that I find very useful for when I need a refresher on certain topics are also listed there. Those are some really awesome channels. If you're interested in learning more about the deaf community, you can also check out the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Center here in Corpus Christi. Their website is on the screen there. Right now, most of their stuff is remote and by appointment, but they're a great resource for anyone wanting to learn more in-depth ASL and more about the deaf community. And here are some library resources that you can check out from any of our Corpus Christi Public Library's branches. You can also see what we have on our Hoopla and Access 360. They also have some awesome digital resources. And lastly, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and YouTube. For more updates, go to cctexas.com/library to access our online catalog, see a full list of our virtual programs, and to check out our online browsing feature with the new book alerts, author check, and the book newsletter. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.